Let's see. Live stream here. All right. Semis. Here we go. Let me close this real quick. Should be good to go. Let me just replay this. All right. So first up, we're gonna have I think Timthewilder versus Chronosumo was the first one. Let me check though. Yeah, it's Timthewilder against Chronosumo as the one of the semifinals, and then Resto versus Hilden. So we do Timthewilder's first. He's on Zeech up against Korn. Should be a good match. So for Zeech, we are gonna have a Chaos Sorcerer Lord with presumably the Chaos Spawn summon, and then the Chaos Spawn ROR plus 2 more Chaos Spawn of Zeech with Chaos Warriors with Halberds, and then the Sour Guts as well. The Pink Horror ROR, who have Sour Discharge, so enemies explode on death whenever you, kill their models. But other than that, just stat buffs all around. And then we have the, I think, what do they call it? Chromatic Aberrations, yeah, who have Barrier Boost at 4% Barrier Replenishment per second for 10 seconds. Pretty good. And then they have 360 Missile Block, which is pretty insane. On top of their already 20% physical resistance from being demons. So yeah, Chaos Warriors of Zenith's Halberds up front with the Chaos Sorcerer Lord, not on a disc, just on foot, with just a sort of change for that Chaos Spawn, and it recharges if Winds of Magic is 15 or greater. So, but yeah, that is it for the Zinchi side. Oh yeah, let me check out the Weird Spawn. Yes, the Weird Spawn, I believe, are unbreakable unlike the other variant. Yeah, and at least I'm not looking at the right one. No, both Chaos Spawn. What's the difference here? The regular spawners each don't have physical resistance. Gotcha. They also just have better stats, of course. Huh, I didn't know all Chaos Spawn... Of course they do. Be unbreakable. I think all Chaos Spawn are unbreakable. Nonetheless, Valkyrie the Bloody as the Lord for Chromosumo. Spear Slapnir, of course, and Demon Shield. Plus, that is it. Cultist, 2 Cultist. We're going to do the double Gate of Corn strat, full front line of Marauders with Bloodletters just to get through those Chaos Warriors, and including the Hellforged Host, Exalted Bloodletters of Corn with their Hungering Blades, which I think the base variant does not have, yes. But alright, let's hop right into it. I'm going to speed it up a little bit. Regular Chaos Spawn don't have Terror either. Oh, really? Yeah, you're right. Huh. Oh, cool. I did not know that. Awesome. That is a really solid choice there because, yeah, Marauders, I mean, they have Frenzy, sure, which gives them ITP, but once they get that leadership goes down to 50% or less, rather 49%, then they can easily be terror routed. So that's really, really solid there. Yeah, let me turn on the Excuse me, sorry about that. I had the music turned up a little bit earlier on. But yes, Valkia just hunting. Gonna get on top of the Sour Guts to stop them from shooting. Really well played there by Sumo. On the other hand, we're gonna have Flesh Hounds getting on top of point 3. All points unlock right away. For those of you who don't know, spawn get good engagement with those Flesh Hounds. However, punish them really badly. Chaos Furies are gonna come over. See if they can find anything. Point 1 is now in the hands of Corn. Point 2 in the hands of Corn at the moment, but it's slowly going in the hands of Zinch. Chaos Warriors will shoot through these Marauders, especially with the help of the spawn. The Cultists will, do a little bit of damage, but they might take damage in return from the Chaos Spawn. Fierce Slapnir going down and hitting these Sour Guts, going to do a pretty good chunk of damage there, practically half HP, if not a little more. Bloodletters here chewing through, are trying to fight these Chaos Warriors, but with the help of the Weird Spawn and their magic damage, which I don't think Chaos Warriors have. Actually, they do, yeah. The Bloodletters are gonna have a tough time. Obviously, they rely a lot on their physical resistance, only 20%, and their armor is even reduced past what very little armor they actually have, down to 5. So. Yeah, they're getting butchered there. Chaos Warriors coming over, going to get a nice surround in on these Flesh Hounds. So that should go well for them, especially with the Centaurs helping. But good on the Corn player for trying to shut down those pink horrors. Roger's going through the forest line. Not sure what happened with the Zinchian Lord, if he got unsummoned or something. But nonetheless, I thought that was weird. Sour Guts shooting into these Hellforge hosts, going to pick up a lot of value there. Going to get a crossfire actually on top of them, while the Weird Spawn hold them in place. Well played there by the Zinchian player. Chaos Sorcerer coming over. Was he always on? I thought he was on foot. I guess not. But he's on horseback, and he does have what I'm guessing Final Transmutation and yes, Skull of Katam. So they're going to use that Skull of Katam and Final Transmutation to snipe out Valkia. But we do have Demon Shield popped. Nice, solid there by Sumo, and Sour Guts as well are going to get surrounded both by the Marauders and Valkia. Or Valkia was going to attempt to stop them in place, but Timthewilder is force pathing them to try to save them. Pink Horrors are shooting into the fight. Point 2 is going back in the hands of Corn, though Centaurs, Weird Spawn, and some more Chaos Warriors are coming over. Might be able to switch that cap weight over. Point 3 starting to go back in the hands of Sumo as he sends over some Bloodletters. Point 1 is still in the hands of Corn. Nothing sent over there by Zinchian side. The Zinchian side seem to be focusing on point 3 and 2 at the moment. Got a lot of bodies from Corn here on point 2, but as well as Zinch. So we have a lot of Chaos Spawn here who do have that cap weight, less than infantry, but it is still adding up with these Chaos Warriors. So point 2 is slightly going back in the hands of Zinch. Hopefully Timthewilder doesn't send these Chaos Warriors off, or rather keeps them on the point, but it doesn't really matter, I don't think. They should have enough even without them. More Bloodletters summoned in as well. Chaos Furies getting on top of these pink horse, finishing them off. It's good to get those guys off the field already. Centaurs summoned in to deal with the Marauders. Well played there by Timthewilder, saving his Sour Guts. Sour Guts might be able to finish off these Marauders as well. Yes, point 2 is in the hands of Zinch. Tickets-wise, 349, 350 to 283 in favor of Timthewilder. Even with the 2-point lead, or rather 2-cap lead for Sumo, they might be able to scrap it back. We have some Chaos Furies coming in, along with some Marauders coming back as well. Supplies 980 to 445. Timthewilder has a little bit more space. We're going to have another Spear Slap here hitting these Centaurs and the Chaos Warriors as well. Actually, no, it didn't hit the Centaurs. I don't know why. When I hovered over those Chaos Warriors, Centaurs popped up. Nonetheless, it did some pretty good damage to those Chaos Warriors. Bloodletters get both a charge from these Centaurs and hit by these Centaurs as well. That's pretty good damage there on those Bloodletters. And you just got to pull those Centaurs out once that Protoss shield goes down, because they do not have great stats to be sitting in melee. Chaos Furies coming over, spawned in as well. Might be able to get on top of that Chaos Sorcerer. I don't know if that's the intention, but might be able to bog him down. But he's fast. He is got 78 speed. It's not too bad. Overall, just a little bit of blob fight here. These Centaurs do not want to remain in combat, even with the help of the Chaos Spawn and Chaos Warriors buffering some of that damage out. More Chaos Furies coming. These Chaos Furies are coming over, though Timthewilder. Oof, that's nice. Chromosumo stops the Centaurs in place, charge them first before they can get their charge off. Though that actually should be a pretty decent trade, honestly. Chaos Fury is going to pick up a lot of value from that, though they are going to get charged in the back by the weird spawn, unfortunately for them. So it's going to put them into demonic state instability, and there they go. Big Final Transmutation, and I'm guessing Skull of Itama as well. Yeah. Oh no, I think Skull of Itama is only one-time use. So either way, Big Final Transmutation overcasted, hitting all of these, both the Chaos Warriors and these Bloodletters as well, along with Valkia. So, gonna be some pretty good value there. What is the value there looking like on the Chaos Sorcerer of Metal? Oh, the Corn player Chromosumo is going to bow out. What is the? Oh yeah, okay. I see. I understand now. The Chaos Sorcerer Lord did get unsummoned, and we brought in a metal version. Was the first one a Tzeentch one? Yeah, I did. Huh. I don't know why. Oh, I guess because obviously you don't want that Lord penalty. So, and that's why he was on foot. So probably just a really cheap Lord there to unsummon. That makes sense. Yes, 636 value there on the Metal Caster. Chaos Spawn, the ROR Weird Spawn got 1700 value there. Pretty good. 1321 on these guys. I'm not sure how many times they got. I'm not sure if they got resummoned at all, but pretty good value nonetheless. They're not that expensive, so I think maybe 800, 900 or 1,000. I can't recall specifically. But yeah, Centaurs were pretty great there. They did fantastic work against the Bloodletters. And just pretty much all of the Khorne's infantry, especially the Bloodletters, because they are kind of glass cannons. They don't have practically any armor and rely a lot on their physical resistance. If they're those magic attacks from the Centaurs and that high charge bonus, they can do quite a bit of damage to Bloodletters in that first charge. Valkyrie did fine, 1,000 value there, 976 value on these cultists, 600 there. Wow, those Hellforge hosts got basically destroyed, 172 value there. My god, they did nothing there for poor Chromosumo. Everything else did fine. Chaos Furies did alright, though they had multiple summons, so yeah. Check out the other semis we got here. We got Resto versus Hilden. Let's check that out real quick. It's gonna be Khorne versus the Dawi. Yeah, Tzeentch ROR spawn are one of the best Tzeentch ROR units. They are. Yeah. I mean, there's a reason. There's definitely a reason why they're pretty much one of the few staples on the Tzeentch roster that's brought. Because they're just extremely good. To be fair, Chaos Spawn of Tzeentch are just awesome in general. And the ROR version is just brings them up another level, surprisingly. I say surprisingly because some RORs are just rubbish, to be frank. But yes, Khorne side, we are going to have Valkia as well. Another Valkia game with Spear of Sleipnir and Demon Shield. You already know how it is. With Bloodletters as the front line, along with another cultist is on horseback. Yes, he is, with Gate of Khorne. You'd also have the Hounds of the Bloodhunt, Fleshhounds ROR, and that'll be it for Khorne's side. For Dwarf side, we are going to have Thoric. We're going to have a hero hammer set up here with Thoric on foot with Rune of Wrath and Ruin and Rune of Negation for that 40% ward save. Does he have Hearth and Home? No, he does not. I love Hearth and Home. But nonetheless, Master of the Ancient Lore, decreasing that cooldown by 5 seconds for those runes. Dragon Slayers, double Dragon Slayer. Do they both have? I think they all have a Death Blow, right? Yeah, or do you have to pay for it? I don't know. But Dwarf Warriors and Slayers right here. We also have some Gyrocopters of Brimstone Guns. They seemed okay whenever I saw them in the announcement, but in play, they've done pretty well. I'm very surprised. But yeah, with good micro, they're fantastic in certain matchups. Miners are blasting charges to be dealing with any bloodletters and marauders. They can do fantastic at them. Bugman's Rangers on both flanks. Along with some more miners and blasting charges heading over to point 1. Let's get into it. Oh, we also do have the Grim Delvers Thunderers ROR. It stays Blunderbuss ROR with, I don't know what the difference between the base variant is. I haven't used the base variant at all. I'm guessing ITP, or I'm guessing the Frenzy. I'm going to have to say the Frenzy most likely. But nonetheless, point 1 is going to start going in the hands of Khorne, but the infantry will have more cap weight until the Bloodletters get there at least. Already off the bat, gyrocopters are going to get a nice volley into these bloodletters. Going to do okay, not too bad. They do have a more spursed out formation compared to like something tight like dwarven miners or dwarven warriors. So might not do that great against them. I'm not sure though. Cultist. They also do, of course, have physical resistance. So. But yeah, cultist gets a shot in. What did so much damage to the cultist there? Was it one of the demon slayers? I have no idea. But they're already down to they already lost like a third of their health, or quarter of their health rather. Gyrocopter's just being chased by Chaos Furies. That is the best you can do as Khorne. Bugman's Rangers just getting some volleys into Hounds of the Blood Hunt. Point 1 is mostly where the action is going right now. The Bloodletters are chasing down the miners, but the Demon Slayers or Dragon Slayers are trying to stop them in their tracks. Cultist, the Khorne player is doing well with the Cultist, however, and stopping them and giving them time for the Cultist to catch up. A Spear of Sleipnir hitting these miners, pretty good there by Valkia. Any blasting charges she can get off the field, the better. Though the Grim Delvers are going to turn around and start getting these volleys into these Chaos Furies, do fantastic damage. Do okay damage actually. But they're going to do a whole lot more, but they did okay. Again, they do have physical resistance, so the Grim Delvers do not have magic shots, magic volleys, but they still will do okay. Thor coming over, trying to get a few hits on Valkia. Valkia drops pops the Demon Shield. Bloodletters are starting to move up to point 3. Do have some Minotaurs of Khorne summoned in. Should do pretty good on at getting rid of these miners. That is one of your safest bets, or rather one of your best plays there by Khorne to get single entities and monstrous infantry on top of those miners, so you don't throw their blasting charges into your infantry, your very expensive infantry. Grim Delvers do definitely need to turn around. Yep, they need to be secured here. Unfortunately, they are going to get compromised by the Minotaurs, and they're going to start taking tremendous amounts of damage with that bonus versus infantry from those Minotaurs. 18 plus 87 AP. They definitely need some help. They need to definitely be pulled back. Delver Negation popped on top of them, giving that 40% ward save, which is nice. But the Khorne player is going to be smart and continue brute forcing path those Dwarf Warriors and get on top of those, stay on top of those muskets. Miners throwing in their blasting charge is going to do okay, but it's mostly against Hounds of the Blood Hunt at the moment. It's also doing a little bit of friendly fire as well into these Dwarf Warriors. Yeah, those Grim Delvers do rout, and we're going to have a Bloodletter summoned as well to sandwich in the Slayers, possibly. Long Drong Slayer Pirates summoned in. Going to do, this is pretty good unit here. They're awesome in melee, 48-41 with fantastic AP missiles. Slayers trying to protect their Bugman's Rangers, but issue is that you don't want Slayers going into Bloodletters, especially Exalted Bloodletters. They will absolutely massacre them. But yeah, not a whole lot of infantry here besides the miners there for the dwarves. They really need some infantry to protect their range there. But even just Dwarf Warriors, because their miners are just getting wrecked at the moment, or pretty much have been deleted. Wrath and Ruin hitting these Bloodletters going to do some fantastic damage there. A little over a quarter of their health. Some Thunderers, Grudge Rakers coming over to point 1. We do have some Bloodletters in hiding though. Should be able to get on top of those Grudge Rakers if the Dwarf player isn't noticing. Spear of Sleipnir tries to go down on the Dwarven Warriors. I think, what did it try to go down? Either way, the Dwarf player, I think, dodged it. We have some Slayers here along with Thoric trying to hold on to point 2. It is still luckily in the hands of dwarves, but it is starting to go back into Khorne's favor. You have some miners over here on point 3, sneakily taking that away from Khorne, which is not great. Hopefully the Khorne player notices. Grimdale should probably be unsummoned. They only have 20 models left, though I guess they can do some work. They have some cannons summoned in, but they were immediately compromised, but they have now brought it back into their... they have now brought it back up. Slayer Pirates as well summoned in, though they are now being chased by Bloodletters. Plugman's Rangers as well compromised by Valkia, stopping them from shooting. This double Dragon Slayer squad is coming over to help out. I don't know what the long-drawn Slayer Pirates are doing as well. They should definitely be over here shooting in at some Bloodletters, though I guess they do need some protection, so they're sticking to the Slayers, to the Dragon Slayers. Bloodletters getting shot by the Grim Delvers, but they might get one volley off before they get on top of them, but yeah, they're dead. Yeah, immediately on sight, they're dead. That also might have been some friendly fire there, but nonetheless. Dwarves trying to deal with these Exalted Bloodletters in their back line, but yeah, they definitely need some help here. The Dragon Slayers are doing some work, though they're not specialized at dealing with infantry. Yeah, these Thunderers kind of got ran down by Minotaurs, so unfortunately for them, they are now routing with only 26 models. Valkia getting on top of these Dwarven Warriors, stopping them from getting to the point, and also stopping them from helping their Slayer Pirate friends. These Minotaurs have come back. Cannons up and shooting. Can start shooting into those Minotaurs. Thoric is up and about trying to run away from these Bloodletters, but he is fairly slow, only 32, so the Bloodletters will catch up to him eventually, especially with that charge speed of the Bloodletters. Plugman's Rangers are up and about, but we just have a big old blob of Dwarven pieces here that need to be sent over to start helping out on, or starting to make their way to the points, because you just have a lot of Dwarven units here that are not providing value at all to the battlefield. I know they were dealing with the Exalted Bloodletters, but you don't need that many units to deal with one unit. Another Wrath and Ruin, not how these Bloodletters might put... No, they're not going to put them in instability. They're up to 28 leadership. They're still up and about, roaring. These cannons do not have any support, unfortunately. If these Chaos Furies dive on top of them, they might finish them off. Though we do have some Dwarf Warriors with great weapons in pocket to help them out, actually, luckily for the Dwarven player. Minotaurs on top of these Dwarven Warriors with great weapons. With the help of the Bloodletters, those guys will not last too long. Thunderers, however, are coming over to possibly try to help. But yeah, Khorne is doing extremely well at the moment with pulling out the right units for to deal with the dwarves. Slayer Pirates getting some volleys into the Exalted Bloodletters, but and almost get on top of them, but these miners screen them out. If the Slayer Pirates can get around and start shooting into the flanks of those Bloodletters, that'd be fantastic. But yes, the Dwarven player really needs to start capping some points at the moment, because the gap is getting really big, and at one point it's not going to be possible to catch up anymore. Do have the Brimstone Gun summoned again. Should possibly do okay. How unfortunately last time they kind of got screened out and finished off by Valkia and the Furies. So with Thoric bogging these Bloodletters down, gives Gyrocopters time to get a few volleys in, which is always nice, softening them up before they get to your Dwarven front line. Yeah, point 2 is starting to going to the hands of the dwarves. I mean, can you see how many units the Dwarven player has at the moment here? It should theoretically, but unfortunately we have a bunch of Minotaurs, which I don't think the Dwarven player is going to be able to deal with. A lot of their range units are tied up. We have some Slayer Pirates who can be shooting them at the moment, but they are not. And they also have Slayers here, which are again tied down by Bloodletters, which you really don't want. They should be over here dealing with Minotaurs, screening them out. Valkia as well, getting on top of your range units is not good at all. Slayers could also be Slayers or miners or anything. Just dwarves need to be dealing with these Chaos Furies at the moment. But yeah, this looks like it's going to be going in the hands of Khorne, unfortunately, for the dwarven side. Just going to speed it up a little bit here. And though we do have, yeah, it switches back every once in a while, but it's definitely going to be staying in the hands of the Khorne player. Not enough push there by the dwarven side to get onto points. I mean, can you blame them? They're kind of, slow, unfortunately. And with the Minotaurs just roughing everything up, yeah, not enough answers there to deal with the Minotaurs. But yeah, good game. 1200 value, or 1300 value essentially for Valkia. Everything else, 1200 value here on the Hellforged. Not these are Bloodletters, also Bloodletters. These guys did fine as well. 1400 value, 1200. Minotaurs did fantastic. They practically had nothing to stop them. The cannon probably got summoned a little too late as well. But even then, the cannon isn't that great on that map simply because you really don't have much line of sight aside from the middle point. So might want to bring either more Grudge Rakers, or I think the other gyrocopters could also be good at that. But the issue is that Chaos Furies have gotten recently buffed, so they're really good at dealing with your gyrocopters. But again, that's what you have your Grudge Rakers for. You also have Slayer. No, not Slayers. What are they called? I forgot the new ones. The new Slayers who have magic damage and have bonus versus infantry. They would do fantastic there. That's Slayer Pirates. What? I forgot, but nonetheless. 1000 value here on Thoric. Just get 1086. You guys know what I'm talking about. I just can't think of the name. Having a bit of a tongue-tied moment. 666 here, but they have 2 summons. I also don't really like the Bugman's Rangers here. I don't think they're fantastic. They can hold themselves in melee. They also have regeneration, but I just really don't think they fit here. A lot of their damage is going to be mitigated by that physical resistance. And I just generally don't think they're fantastic for this matchup. And here, at least with the at least with thunders and whatnot, you have armor to mitigate a lot of the damage that is dealt to your back line once they get compromised. But I don't think Bugman Rangers have that much armor. For the finals, we are going to have Timthewilder up against Resto. Tzeentch versus Khorne. We are going to see Valkia again, and this time we are going to see Kairos Fate Weaver for Tzeentch inside. I haven't seen Kairos in quite a while, ever since he lost his regrowth, but he's still good. Beyond Time Warp is okay. It saw a lot more use in Warhammer 2, not so much in Warhammer 3. Typically, buff spells don't see all that much use in general in Warhammer 3, but Time Warp is okay. For Kairos, we are going to have the Blue Fire with Harmonic Convergence, speaking of buff spells. Oh, it also says that, of course, considering he has spell mastery of 150%, he has Harmonic Convergence is going to do a lot more. Instead of 25, it's up to 28. I think it's base, is it? It's 24. So that's pretty good, yeah. But he also has Gaze of Fate, of course, his net, plus that negative 40 melee attack. Just always fantastic. He also has Fires that change, granting that 10% ward save when casting, which Tzeentch are going to be doing a lot of casting. So skirmishing wise, we are going to have 1 unit of Marauder Horsemen. With infantry wise, we're going to have Chaos Warriors with Halberds. That's just one of your best picks there for Tzeentch. Spawn of Tzeentch as well, including the weird spawn again. We are going to have the Sour Guts as well. So a lot of smaller frontline, but that's to be expected when you're bringing Kairos Fate Weaver. He's pretty expensive. Valkia with of course Demon Shield and Spear of Sleipnir. We do have a whole bunch of Minotaurs, all three with great weapons, and then Chaos Warriors of Khorne should do pretty good into whatever Tzeentch brings, though Tzeentch has brought halberds, so they should trade well into just plain old Khorne Chaos Warriors. We also have the Hounds of the Blood Hunt, or War, because of that dampen removing magical attacks. They're just fantastic against Tzeentch, and then of course their magic attacks. Blue fire shot in. Was that a overcasted one? I'm not sure, but that did okay work there against Minotaurs. They do have a pretty good amount of armor, so helped mitigate some of that. Plus, also I think blue fire typically is better against infantry, lower model or higher model count. Marauder Horsemen just getting some volleys into the Hounds of the Blood Hunt. We have some Marauder Horsemen as well, getting some nice volleys into the Minotaurs as well, along with the Sour Guts as well. Gotta watch out whenever you're sending the Minotaurs up so early on. They can start getting they're gonna start getting shot by the Tzeentchian skirmishing, which typically Tzeentch has a lot of. Another blue fire sent in at the Minotaurs. How does it do? Pretty okay, a little over like maybe 300 or 400 damage. I mean, any damage is good considering that they only have 16 models, so as soon as you take off a model or two, then the damage output is severed quite a bit. We actually have a little bit of skirmishing. Point 2 is starting to go in the hands of Tzeentch. Point 3 in the hands of Khorne. We do have some more Minotaurs summoned in as well. Also as well, point 1, I didn't say, is in the hands of Tzeentch, but that should be obvious. Chaos Warriors get hit with that blue fire. It's going to do a lot better here. Pretty okay. Not any models killed, but some decent HP damage. Hounds of the Blood Hunt chasing off, or rather screening out these horsemen. Khorne player is doing well at screening out these horsemen as well with Valkia. Valkia is fantastic for this job. She's fast, has anti-large, and can stop them in their tracks, giving the Minotaurs time to catch up to them. Same with the Hounds of the Blood Hunt. Chaos Warriors of Tzeentch sitting idly by on point 2, waiting for Khorne to move up. Whole lot of anti-large. Minotaurs are not going to do great against anything besides these Chaos Spawn. Halberd's obviously going to counteract them a lot. Another blue fire sent in, going to hit these Minotaurs. Do okay, not too bad. That's actually fantastic there. Wow, that was a lot better this time, probably because of the side shot. Spear Slapnir hitting these Marauder Horsemen. It's gonna do okay. I would have probably rather seen it on the halberds instead. Much better there, or even just the pink horrors, though. My issue is that Spear Slapnir does much better against these tight formations, like with most wind spells. A bombardment there from Tzeentchian side is going to hit the Minotaurs, and Chaos Warrior is going to do okay. Another blue fire down on these Minotaurs. Going to do okay this time, not so much like last time. Weird Spawn getting sent in, going to be able to help chew down on these Chaos Warriors. With that armor sundering, they're going to bring them down to 80 armor, make that fight a lot easier. This Spawn getting knocked over by these Minotaurs. That's a perfect fight for them. Though the Chaos Spawn do have the support of Sour Guts. Valkia stopping these pink horrors from shooting. Well played by Khorne. Constantly keeping those pink horrors from shooting is one of your best choices there. Best choices of action. Chaos Warriors squeezing in the middle there. Well, a good play by Khorne, squeezing into that gap and trying to get on top of those Sour Guts. Yeah, as you can see, like with Valkia chasing down these pink horrors and these Chaos Warriors chasing down these pink horrors, there's not a lot of shooting, unfortunately, by the Tzeentchian side, and these halberds are starting to crumble without the support. Though we do have Karos in here, fighting about. He's gonna do okay here, but these are halberds. I mean, Karos is notorious for having some fantastic animations, or just exalted lords in general, so he might be okay, even against the specialized anti-large units. These pink horrors are up and shooting again. Another blue fire sent over to these Minotaurs, going to do all right. But that with the warp flame is going to help with those pink horrors shooting in, going to do a little bit more damage. Gaze of Fate on top of those Minotaurs, bringing that melee attack down to 0, and giving time for the pink horrors to start shooting again, which should do fantastic. Another Spear of Slapnir down on top of the Marauder Horseman, and the pink horrors going to do alright again. Much preferred against something like the Chaos Warriors who are just bunched up. Kairos being chased down by Valkia, but Kairos will definitely get away. I think he doesn't have as much speed as Valkia, but just chasing flying lords like Kairos is always tough. The flying animations can always be a bit jank. Hounds of Bloodhunt are unfortunately unstable and dying, so they are finished off. Sourgut shooting into these Minotaurs, doing fantastic work. I forgot what that third tier ability is called, but third tier ability cast by Tzeentch, going to do fantastic work against these Chaos Warriors, practically nuking them all the way down to 0. Basically less than a quarter of their HP left. Yeah, as you can see, Valkia just practically had to give up at the moment, or had to give up on that idea because Kairos, you're just not going to catch him. Minotaurs coming over. Though we are definitely probably going to need some more infantry there by Corrin's side. Chaos Fury summoned in as well. Might be good at chasing off these Marauder Horsemen and whatnot, and the Sourguts. Considering they probably needed to be summoned a little bit earlier, simply because of the fact that at the moment these Chaos Warriors are just being dragged around by Sourguts, and they need to be on the point capping it. Speaking of caps, 550 to 436 in the Tzeentchian side. We do have 0.1 and 0.2 in the hands of Tzeentch. 0.3 could easily go in the hands of Tzeentch as well if Tzeentch sends something over. Kairos pops another Gaze of Fate on top of these Minotaurs, which is great. Gonna give these halberds time to chip them down a lot. Yeah, look at that. Oh my god, down on negative 35 leadership. They also got a rear charge from the Ascendagores, which was fantastic. Really well played there by the Tzeentchian side. Valkia is just getting punished here. I mean, she's a very small size model, and that's just how you deal with Valkia. If you have any trouble with Valkia, you just surround her. She's infantry sized, so very easy to block up. Chaos Furies getting on top of these Tzeentchian halberds, but unfortunately it's not really going to be enough, especially with the help of these other Chaos Furies as well. Yeah, those Chaos Furies they're gone. They're going to go into instability and disappear in just a moment. Even if you send these Chaos Furies, there's not going to be enough. Another blue fire going to hit those Chaos Furies, going to do okay work. Kairos does take a few attacks, but he pops the Harmonic Convergence, bringing up his melee defense to 48. So he should be able to get away from Valkia and take no further damage. 0.3, as I said, is fine. Going to the hands of Tzeentch, as I said, it was destined to happen. 0.1 might be going in the hands of Corrin, but Tzeentch should be able to send something over right quick, and they do. They're going to start sending over their Sourguts. Do they have their flanks? No, they do not. They have their shields up, so they should be fine. Kairos will come over though. Might cast another blue fire, do some good work against them. And also send those Ascendagores as well. Do have some more Chaos Furies summoned in. Will they get suicided again? I kind of felt like they got suicided the last one. I would definitely never send them into halberds. I understand what their point was, to probably try to get them off the point, but it was kind of just a waste of supply points, if I'm being honest. Sourguts are going to get chased down by these Chaos Warriors, but that gives, Tzeentch the opportunity to take it back, 0.1 back. I'm going to speed it up a little bit, as nothing is really happening at the moment besides these Chaos Furies being finished off, and yeah, it's going to go in Tzeentch's favor. Tournament win will go to Timthewilder. Some decent matches there by all the players. Another SFT down for the weekend. Thank you guys for joining, and thanks to Timthewilder for sending in these replays. Same with Rusto. Fantastic work from both players. I'll catch you guys next time with another. Actually, let me look at the values real quick. 1278 here. Weird Spawn did great. Everything else, 1300 value on these Minotaurs of Corn. They did fine. Probably, yeah, not a whole lot here either. Centaurs did fantastic again. Timthewilder doing really, really good there with the Centaurs. Using them well. But yeah, catch you guys next time with another one. Bye-bye.